Whoa, hey. In fact, I can
dance for the song.
Yeah, I believe. Hey.
I mean, that's a cool dance, to go with it.
Yeah, but I haven't been able to wrap my head around the lyrics of the song. It's just danceable, so I just enjoy it.
But do we have any lyrics in there?
Benze.
Because I'm here.
It's like tongues, like it's just like a prayer, and he says pray, pray.
Oh,
it
so
go
that's
better.
what he's saying.
Yeah, pray, 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 it go better.
On that prayer note, you welcome. This is the Upside Down Show on City TV. My name is Fremedinyami.
And my name is Akua, and tonight is going to be packed with a lot of entertainment, all the highs and all the smooth and lows and everything. Trust me, you're going to enjoy it tonight.
Of course, and you know how we do it every Sunday. And so today we are just mixing stuff for you, and we are going to be having a beautiful show, pretty much like a cocktail, because we are having things from different angles, and we are putting everything together. And so don't go nowhere. When we come back, we have a beautiful show for you today.
On the Upside Down Show today, we have a conversation with one of the best female police dispatch riders in Ghana and a biker girl, Akua Gaddafi. And later, we take a beginner's class in everything we need to know about wine from the wine merchant and expert, Koko Djaba. All this coming up on the Upside Down Show.
Yep, we're back from the break, and like we said in our intro, today is going to be packed with a lot of highs and smooth. As you can see, the bike there. Yeah, that's my bike.
No, you look the part. You look good.
Yeah. One of these days, I have to give you a ride when we are coming.
Well, I wouldn't say no. I'm not too cool with that anyway, but I think I can trust you.
Thank you very much.
Just in case you don't come back in 10 minutes with bam, da, 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 da.
No, that they will people anywhere close to us. Anyway, so I don't know. Growing up, do you have any fear of riding the bicycle or ever been on a two-cycled?
Well, it's not just growing up. I still have fears. Fear of falling off a bicycle or motorbike has not left me. And up till now, I'm still very, very scared of motorbikes. And the only time I sat on a motorbike, was I think less than 5 minutes, and it was during a shoot. I had to do some catch-up with the bike, but just for like some few minutes, and then I was off because I can't trust myself on a bike.
It's amazing how a woman just like you will be able to actually.
Why say just like me? Like I said, why can't you do it? What was that?
No, but I mean, like a woman who can ride a bike and ride it well, and actually travel across 4 countries,
and with style.
It just beats my mind, and we're going to have a nice conversation with this particular lady. And in 2015, she took Ghana by storm.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at the video.
Yeah.
Make me drink, let me mic, let me move it 2 step, at the full state, let me give me check, make test it, mic check. Some of the
Ladies and gentlemen, our guest today is the one and only Akua Gaddafi. Officer Akua Gaddafi. Italy, you do all. Akua, you're welcome to Upside Down.
Thank you.
But how are you able to do all those things?
Yeah.
Biking. See where she's sitting.
Let me take my shades off so I can see her.
Yeah. So tell us.
Well, biking has always been my passion, and I see it as fun. So when it comes to machine, biking, cars, Akua is there.
Wow. And the stunts that you're able to pull, I think a couple of years or 3 years ago on Heritage Caravan. No, I think that was
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
Heritage Caravan. You were an escort.
Yeah.
And she was awesome, you know, on the motorway. And when you see cars coming, she used her leg to like ward them off and all that. She stands and I'm like, who is this? Who is that? I took my phone and was filming. How are you able to pull all these stunts?
As I told you earlier on, it's just I see it as part of the fun I play most often.
So do you learn it or it comes naturally?
It comes natural. Sometimes I just feel like being on the road and I do what I feel like doing.
And you're not scared you hurt yourself?
Not at all. I take fear out. Fear is something that I always talk about. I put fear aside. So nothing like fear or being panic when I'm on the road.
Have you had an accident on a bike before?
Yeah. I fell some time ago, but I call it just a scratch.
A scratch?
Yeah. Because as a biker,
we call it a scratch.
As a biker, we need to have, so we call it tattoo. Sometimes people call it biker's tattoo, but I call it a scratch.
Wow.
But you know, you're a police woman, a police officer. Like, where did this start from? The whole biking, where did it start from? Did you start during the service, or were you riding before you went into the service? How did you start?
No, I joined the service in 2008.
Okay. Wow, that's a long time ago.
Yeah, as a sports personnel.
Okay.
But being in the force and working, I chose to learn the bike on my own. I diverted my hobby into biking.
Wow.
So a friend called Augustine, he devoted himself and taught me how to ride the bike.
Oh, Augustine. Already,
anytime he goes out, he comes to pick me. Akua, let's go here. Akua, let's go here. Just to take that fear out of me.
Yeah.
You know, with biking, the moment you get accident, it's either one of your leg is gone.
Yeah. Or you probably die.
Yeah. Exactly. So due to that, he always take me out so that I will take that fear.
Yeah.
That's all.
So right now, as it is, you ride as a hobby, and do you ride for the service as well?
Yeah, I do ride for the service as well.
Wow.
I ride for the service and I drive for the service.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
See your pictures. Well, you're a very cute police woman. You know, but why of all the professions you could choose, why police?
Well, police was not what I had in mind.
Okay.
My dream job was to be a nurse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nurse to police?
Still, I can still be a nurse. It's not too late.
Okay.
But because of the path I have chosen in the job now, so I'm focusing on what I'm doing now.
But why did you want to be a nurse?
Because I love kids. I love to assist. I love helping people. Yeah, some time ago I organized a charity program to the needy and the motherless children. So it has always been my dream to help people outside. And yeah, even though I don't earn much, what I have, at least I appreciate it. I try to share with people around me.
Wow, that's
She sounds very nice, you know, as a police woman. You know.
So how did family actually accept the whole biking endeavor? You know, a lot of people think that even for a woman, being on the bike is very risky and stuff like that. How did the family accept you?
When I started this biking life, my mom always cry and yeah, you know that kind. You know how parents are.
Yeah.
And I quite remember he called this same Augustine guy. He told him, Cratchy, please, I love my daughter.
If something happens to her,
yes, you wouldn't take it easy at all. And he was like, Mommy, I believe in your daughter. She can do it.
Wow.
So my mother keep on saying all the time she keep on complaining. And I always tell her.
She still complains?
No, for now, anytime she hears that somebody is saying, oh, I know Akua, they say, oh, she's my daughter.
I know, right? Take it out of the fact. But are you married? Do you have children?
Yeah, I have a child. I have a daughter.
Oh, a daughter.
Yeah.
How old is she?
She's 9 years old.
What's her name?
Jetta.
Hi, Jetta. You're talking to your mommy. Now, would you let Jetta ride a motorbike?
She always tells me she wants to be like me. And most of the time, anytime I try to educate her and advise her, I always tell her, you have to be strong like me. You have to, and she'll be like, yes, I'll be strong. And she'll give me a high five. So I bought her a bicycle. So she's starting with a bicycle. And In fact, she's not scared with machines. Sometimes she starts my bike for me.
Wow.
Before I go, she comes, she puts the key in the ignition, starts it, and tell me she's warming my bike for me.
Wow, that's
so
really
after
cute.
I'm being dressed up, I just move the bike, then I go. Because as a biker, before you move your bike, you have to warm it, just like a car.
Right, so your husband, does he also ride?
No, he does not.
So how does he feel about all this?
Well, he's cool, since it's like you chose a path, a dream that will make you happy. I guess the person behind you will support you as well.
Yeah.
So that's how it is.
He's not afraid you might one day go and not come back?
No, not at all.
Wow.
He needs to understand me. If not, then I don't think there will be happiness in the house, because he also has his hobby. Same as me.
Okay.
So that's my hobby.
Right, so do you teach other people?
Not really, but I motivate people about it. The reason why I don't teach is I don't have time.
Okay.
Because due to my job. I motivate people, I educate people about biking before you get into biking, what you have to do and what not to do.
Okay.
For instance, if you take a lot of alcohol, it doesn't go, with bike.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Yes.
So can anybody ride, or it takes special skill and special talent and special kind of people to be able to ride?
No. You can even ride yourself. Everybody can ride.
You take me out.
But how do you get over the fear? Because like Frema says, she has had the fear of falling off the bike. Like that fear, what do you experience on the bike that actually makes you forget of that fear of falling off the bike?
Well, happiness. I'm always focused when I'm on the bike. I'm very vigilant, alert, because anything can happen. The road is not meant for only me. It's meant for hawkers, drivers, everybody. So most of the time when I'm on the road, I'm very careful, because somebody might cross me at any time. And I anytime I'm riding, I work on my brakes and my speeding a lot.
So right, now let's talk about police. Officer, Ghana police. So all the things that we hear about the Ghana police, the police is not patient, the police is taking bribes, the police is doing that. How do you feel about that?
I feel comfortable because I'm playing my role as a police officer and I'm doing my job as a police officer.
So do you arrest people?
It depends. When there is a need for arrest, I do so.
So when you stand before people, they see you as a woman. I'm sure a lot of people will think that, well, she's some small girl,
I'm not so.
No, I know that's what I'm saying. A lot of people might think that
my body might deceive them.
Exactly, that's what I'm trying to say. So I have that problem because people see me and they think that she's a small girl.
It's because you keep yourself very healthy. You look good. That's why.
So when you stand before people and you have to make arrest, how do people take it and how do you go about it?
It depends on the type of arrest. Maybe, for instance, if it's robbery, yourself, you know that this is what you are doing. So you have been doing it all the time and your time is up. So definitely, if it's your time for me to arrest you, I would.
Wow.
Do you fire guns?
Yeah.
Wow. That's really cool, you know.
So, the name Akua Gaddafi, is that your real name?
No, my real name is Benina Akua Akrofi.
Oh,
so where from the Gaddafi?
You know what, Gaddafi was once a strong man and a hero. He had all his bodyguards as females. And I see myself to be part. Very strong woman.
Strong and bold woman.
Exactly.
Wow.
So who gave you the name?
I chose it myself.
Wow. No, you're Akua Gaddafi.
Yes.
You are Gaddafi.
Okay, so let me just let the cat out of the bag. So this bike is for Akua, so she's sitting on this. But I've seen there's a name on the bike, Johnny Love. Who is Johnny Love?
We'll talk about that later.
Oh, is that your husband?
Please, we'll talk about that later.
Is that your father's name? Is that your father's name?
It's somebody's name.
Your father's name?
No.
Your friend's name?
No.
Your brother's name?
Hi.
Your husband's name?
Yes.
Johnny, right? And there's what Akua Gaddafi be that's sparkling, you know, behind. Now this helmet is really cool. So did you buy it like this or you made it?
No, it's my brand.
Can I touch it?
Of course.
Okay.
Akua Gaddafi brand. That is my braids. That tells you it's a biker chick who is coming. Yep.
Wow. No, you've really taken biking to a different level, and I think it's really admirable. It's really beautiful. But I'm very much still interested in the police that you are, you know. Ghana police. Why do people say that Ghana police like taking bribe? Especially, you know, on the road from truck drivers and taxi drivers. Have you heard that before?
I have been hearing these rumors going on.
Okay, but is it true?
I don't think it's true because I haven't seen it before.
Okay.
A police personnel taking bribe, I have never seen it before.
But have you taken some bribe before?
Not at all.
Would you take bribe?
No.
Okay.
Why would I take bribe? For what? What is the reason behind me taking that particular bribe you are talking about?
Anyway, so which departments do you affiliate with at the police service?
I'm with the CID department, but currently I'm with the FPU, the Formed Police Unit.
Okay, what do they do?
They are into weapons and they are the armor units.
Wow.
So you're with the armory?
Something like that.
All right, so that's one interesting thing, like I said before she came on. She rode across 4 countries. Like,
what was the motivation? Why?
From Ghana to Nigeria.
You know, I was once with this club called Hot Wheels Ghana, and I was the only female among them. So I had to, anytime they try to go out to roll, I'm always with them. And before we were about to make this journey to Nigeria, they told me about it and I told them, yes, I'm ready to go. So I joined the team. Then we rode to Nigeria.
How long did it take you guys?
Oh, just a day. It's just the borders that they delayed us a little, but it's just a day.
From Ghana to Nigeria on a motorbike. Wow.
You know, I keep, you know, that's really awesome, you know,
and
to
we
ride.
went to a state called Akua in Nigeria.
In Nigeria.
For a bikers festival, West African Bikers Festival. So other bikers from different countries also came in as well.
But do you think here in Ghana, you know, for as part of tourism, is that something we can do with biking?
Of course. Sometimes currently I'm with a club called Biker Girls.
Okay.
We do charity with our bikes. You know, whatever we have, we tie it behind our bikes and we ride to the person. Without car, you can still do charity, you can do everything.
Wow.
When they see me on the road, especially the parents, they are like, wow,
exactly.
It's beautiful.
But
they wouldn't allow their children to go into it because it takes,
but I don't think I'll be.
It takes a strong person to do it. It takes a strong person to do it.
Yeah.
Because there are some people, when the moment you are trying to shut their dreams, they will never give you that chance. They will still go to where they want to go.
Yeah, you're right. I keep staring at your bike, you know, and I feel like, you know, touching it or doing something.
Why not?
No, can we start it?
Yeah, you can.
No, I can start it. I'll hype
Why
you.
not?
No, we are going to hype you. I'm from far away.
For a bike like this, how much is it going to cost to get a bike like this?
Like I bought it, I think in 2016.
Okay.
So it's roughly 80,000 there.
Wow.
Yeah.
80,000 what?
Ghana cedis.
For a bike?
Yes.
And you didn't top up to buy a Benz?
No.
Wow.
Which Benz
Then you must really be in love with. Come again.
Which Benz are you
That's you didn't top up to buy a Benz. No. So it means that it's not cheap to go into biking.
Even our helmets.
Yeah.
It's very expensive.
So how much is a helmet?
You can get some of the helmets 3,000, 5,000, 7,000.
Whoa.
That's an iPhone 11. Right.
Our riding kits are even expensive, but they are also expensive.
So what's the cheapest nice bike you can get on the market?
It depends on what you want because we have different brands of bikes. We have Yamaha, Kawasaki, Honda, BM, you know?
Yeah.
So it depends on the type of bike and sometimes the engine capacity counts.
Okay.
Because we have from, I think, 125 upwards.
Yeah, I'm going to do what I've been doing. You know, I've been doing this ever since.
Let me start typing you.
Yeah, let me wear my shades. And
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's all set.
There we go. Let me help you with that,
Yeah.
And then you have to get your helmet because you have to ride safe.
Oh, no, okay. Hold the helmet for me.
No problem.
Hold it for me.
Okay, it matches my jacket.
I'm going to start. Yeah, I brought it because of you. All right. All right.
I'm very proud of you,
Yeah, so
let me feel the vibes more. No, when you start a bike, it really does something to you. When you hear the vroom, vroom.
No, when I rev, you understand. So
wow,
I'll give you a ride. I'll give you a ride.
Okay, now can we have you start it for us and maybe like if you're going to, you're not moving,
no,
but if you're going to move, can you sit on it and like start it and let's see how it feels like?
At least when you get closer to the bike, I will teach you something.
Don't be scared.
Okay.
So this is the ignition side. You can bring your hand. You just set it. You just turn the key. That's all.
Okay.
Then you put it on here. So if you want to rev, just come here.
I feel like I'm bringing a motorbike. Thank you. I've never started a motorbike before. So, today I've done something, that I've never done before.
You should actually sit on it.
Don't worry, you can sit.
Hey, I can't raise my leg.
It shouldn't be so. It should be so.
Oh, wow. Now you can take us down to do that. So, yeah. Oh,
Nice one.
oh, now this looks good on me, I feel really good. Wow. So now you hold it like that, and you hold it. All right. I have arrived. Wow. Whoa, so I feel like I've ridden a motorbike. I've done something that I've never ever done in my life, and I've gotten over this fear. Who knows? I might be joining the biker girls very soon.
Very soon.
Waiting for you.
Ika, thank you very, very much. At least today I got over a certain fear that I have. And you are such a cute police officer. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Akua Gaddafi.
Yes. And as Freeman writes us off to a commercial break, guys, our phone number is 0550-585832. The hashtag is upside down. We'll see you soon. Welcome back to the Upside Down Show. The hashtag is the Upside Down. Upside Down. And the WhatsApp number is 0550-585832. Let's hear from you. Frema, can you just share what was your first wine experience?
Do I remember? I can't really remember exactly when, but I know that I've been drinking wine for quite a while now. And for some of us, when you get into like a wine shop to get something, you're just like, I want red wine. Sometimes you don't even know which one you want.
They have the Merlot, they have the
Cabernet Sauvignon, they have the, everything, Prosecco, so much. But sometimes you wonder, which one is what? How will this one taste like? And sometimes it's so difficult, to tell whoever is selling what exactly you are looking for, especially when they also don't know better. And so it's so amazing when you have people who talk wine, who sleep wine, they walk wine. In fact, everything, when they sleep and you wake them up, they'll just be giving you lectures. And that is what we are going to be doing today. We have one amazing person just to help us do that.
Let's have a discussion with Koko. Koko is going to take us to heaven, should I say that?
All right, and so we will welcome the beautiful, the elegant, the adorable, and the woman who talks her wine, Koko Djaba.
And that's it. You look amazing.
So can we have some music? Checking that out. I think a very good dancer, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Koko, welcome. Okay.
There we go. And that one.
Yeah, nice.
You look
so
amazing. Great girl. I love
You
your
said your
outfit.
palace, so I was coming to Princess Prima's place, so I had to.
Thank you very much.
Is this okay?
It's awesome.
Oh, good.
It's
Okay.
awesome.
All right.
Please.
Have a seat.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Woo. I just can't wait. She looks stunning.
She looks beautiful. Koko, I mean, before we talk wine, where do you get that print from?
Well, this was made by an Italian designer who was inspired by Africa and especially Ghana. And our colors, our colorful kintes and stuff.
Wow.
So he decided to dedicate a whole collection to us.
You
which
look
is really
like a
beautiful. So I
doll.
thought I would blend the two.
You look like a doll.
Thank you.
You're looking
Thank you
amazing.
so much.
Koko, you're welcome to Upside
Thank
Down.
you. Thank you. And I'm happy to be here.
Right, we are great to have you. Now, we have so many bottles here, you know, some over there, some there. We have other ones too here. So for a beginner, you know, somebody wanting to go into wine, what should a person know? We are going to go into that. But I must say that I really admire what you do.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
and a lot of people will be asking, who is a wine connoisseur? I mean, what is that?
Exactly.
So, Koko, just tell us, who is a wine connoisseur?
You know, when I get asked that question, I go back to when I met the wineries initially. And I said to them, listen, I'm not a connoisseur, because coming from Ghana and being a British colony, all of that, we didn't start with wines. So we're not like the Francophones who were influenced by the French. So they had a lot of wine to begin with. We didn't come from that background. So we came from the background with the beers, the whiskeys, the Guinness, the hard liquor, or you go to Coca-Cola and Supermalt. So I was really intimidated when I initially met them. But they made me so relaxed, because they said it's not about knowing all the technicalities to start with. To fall in love with wine, your palate has to fall in love with the drink first. So when people ask me who's a connoisseur, you're a connoisseur, because you know what your palate likes.
Okay.
And someone can tell you, oh, this wine is nice. And then you're drinking and going, oh gosh, please let that drink go down. That's it. So it doesn't suit you. And what I would like to share with people is, it shouldn't be about what others say, this is the best wine. You have to figure it out for yourself.
We are all connoisseurs, but I'm not like you.
Yeah, you've had a journey.
So who are you? Because there should be that distinction, so we can give respect where
Because
it is
we are going to
due.
start today.
So who are you? How would you describe yourself regarding what you do?
Ooh, I would say that I'm passionate about wine.
Okay.
And I'm a wine merchant. So I can start by saying I'm a wine merchant. I trade in wine. But for me, it wasn't just about liking wines or selling wines to people. What I realized when I started drinking wine, which I came into it very late, about 20 years ago.
And that's late.
That's late, yes. Well, we're not giving my age away, but it was late.
I'm sure it will come in.
It will come in at some point. You know, I'm not shy talking about my age.
Absolutely, and it shouldn't be.
But when I started drinking wines, then I had to look into, wow, there's so many different wines, there's so much more, and then the joy, and then what it does for your skin, the health aspects, all of that kicked in as well. So I just felt, listen, why are we still drinking certain things or having whole meals with certain drinks? Why don't we move into wines as well, like everyone else was doing? And that was my passion behind getting into this. So I've learned more as I go along, not in an arrogant way of saying that you must drink this, but to say, try this, and then next time try that. So learning from the clients as well, learning from you what you like to drink. I can't force you to drink something that you don't want to drink, especially when you're partying with your own money.
Exactly. Do Ghanaians drink a lot of wine?
Oh, yes. Oh, it's changed a lot, yes. Because I came into this 9 years ago. And at the time, it was just your basic South African wines. They're really good South African wines, but there was a lot of basic South African wines that was on the market. The ones who were really drinking would have the odd French wines, but we didn't have such a variety in Ghana. In fact, that's why I switched from fashion to doing wines, because I came to Ghana and I went around and I couldn't find decent wines to drink in Ghana. And I thought, wait a minute, if I go to a supermarket in Europe, in the States, you have a whole variety of it. You know, something that anyone could afford to drink. But in Ghana, it was kind of like if you're an elite person, then you could get a decent bottle. But your health is not about being elite. You know, having a nice meal with something to drink is not elite. What's elite about it? It's our lifestyle. So it's just a change from what we were used to drinking to drinking wines. You know, and that's the angle I came at, to say that, hey, there's a lot more out there than what we were being offered. So white wine, for example, people didn't like drinking white wine in Ghana. I could understand it, because a lot of it was outdated white wine that they knew we didn't know anything about. The bottle looked so yellow.
Some people were drinking it hot.
At funerals, 35 degrees, 40 degrees, no ice, and it's sitting on the table. You know, so then people start mixing with Fanta lemon. I was like, oh no, please don't do that.
Do you know things like questions?
Yes.
Right. So, interesting stuff you're telling us. So let's now delve into wine, you know, and knowing your wine. So for a beginner, if you want to take wine, what should you know?
Okay, so this is what I look at. Are you a beginner, someone who is familiar with Coca-Cola, Fanta, Supermalt? It means you like sweet drinks. So if you're going to wines and you start going for dry wines, then it's going to taste very different to you. And you may not like it, or you may want to mix it with a sweet something, you know. And then, are you a beginner who's used to hard liquor or beers and things like that? So you're already used to a dry taste in your mouth. So you wouldn't necessarily like a sweet bottle of wine. So you have to come in at that angle and not kind of like, okay, every beginner should go for table wine to start with, because even table wines, if it's not sweet and it's a dry wine because it's been aged, then there's no sweetness in it.
Okay, so I think
the person will be looking for something sugary. So there's something I should have mentioned earlier as well, that what we eat will also influence what you're drinking. So if you're having something like plantain. So let's go to our basic food. If I'm having my apim and kontomire, which everyone knows, plantain and spinach stew, the palm oil usually will influence it. I'm talking about asanka kontomire, for example. So if you go for a sweet wine with something like that, it will change the taste. It doesn't quite sit well with it. So aside from what you already know, your background, so knowing having sweet drinks or having dry drinks, that's why most of the time, or all the time, you see that the wine producers will give you food pairings to go with the wine. So sometimes people will drink wine with a certain dish and go, oh, I didn't like the wine, because they combined it to the wrong food. Our food is very spicy, and our food, most of our food is tomato based as well, so that's acidic. So if you go for very dry wines with that, it clashes. So the taste is different, and you're like, ooh, what's this? So when you're having even normal fish, but fish our style, our tilapia, will have pepper and stuff in it. So you need a medium to full-bodied wine, not so dry, because it will clash with the spiciness of it. On the other hand, if you're having sushi, it's raw. So you need something that will cut it. If you've noticed, a lot of the Western style cooking, you know, fish with the lemon sauce, like sole with lemon butter sauce and things like that. Because of the butter, you need something a bit more citrusy or acidic. So the white wines, Sauvignon Blanc kind of thing will go better with it. So although you're a beginner coming in, it also depends on the food that's sitting in front of you. And then you will see which wine. And that's how we suggest to people. So when people say to me, I'm having a wedding and I'm having so many number of people coming, I don't focus on the number of people coming. I focus on the meal.
What is being served.
So what is being served. And based on that, then we make a suggestion to them, go for this type of wine or that type of wine. Can I please say that taking alcohol on an empty stomach is a no-no, because there's no filter. It's going straight into your bloodstream. It's going straight. So your liver's working on it, your kidneys are working on it, and it's not good for you that way. You must have something. So that's why outside, where they actually make wine, when they're serving you wine, they'll have a nibble with it, something fatty that will cut it. So you must always have something before you eat. So even when you're having, I'm having wine on my own and just chilling out, I have wine with my popcorn. But I'm having popcorn.
There should be something to go with it.
There should be something to go with it. That meat appetite
is a no-no. So for those of you who, the moment you see your food, you have to, open up your tummy and then so that you can eat more. It's a no-no. Okay, so let's come back to wine. Right.
Yes.
So, are there types of wine? We know of white wine. We know of red wine. What else is there?
Grape is very versatile. So there's so much more that people have done with grapes. So there's red, there's white wine, which is the basic ones people know. But did you know that from the grape you make cognac as well? Brandy. Yes. From a type of grape.
Okay.
So there are over 5,000 varieties of grapes. So each type of grape can give you a different type of wine, or it's a different type of alcoholic beverage.
Okay.
So cognacs are made from grapes.
Interesting.
As well. Brandies.
Wow.
Yes. And then you have champagne. Champagne is sparkling wine. Made from the Chardonnay grape or the Pinot Meunier grape or the Pinot Noir grape. So there's so much out there. And when you move away from champagne, I mean, there's Prosecco, there are other sparkling wines that you can't call champagne because it's not coming from France and from that region of France. So you call it sparkling wine or Bollicine or Pelage as well. So there's a lot out there. And even when in wine itself, you hear names like Merlot, so it's not Merlot, it's Merlot. You hear Cabernet Sauvignon, so it's not Cabernet, it's Cabernet Sauvignon.
No, it's very necessary.
Yes,
you sometimes don't want to know what you hear out there.
And the Shiraz, if that's right.
You have the Shiraz, you have Pinotage. Pinotage is actually a cross of two grapes that comes direct, so that hails from South Africa. They cross the vines.
Like a drafting kind of.
Exactly. Yes. So that is specific to South Africa. You hear of Malbec coming from Argentina, but then South Africa also has a Malbec. But you see, the soil and everything plays a very important role. So it makes certain areas more important. It gives it everything that the wine needs because the minerals from the ground, the richness of that ground is going to flavor it. It's like saying that Ghana cocoa.
It's way different.
Exactly. Oh, I'm Krobo, and I know that mangoes from Shai.
Oh,
is the best. And dare anyone dispute that with me?
No, nobody will try.
No. But it's the soil, it's the terroir, the climate and everything there. So you can have a Merlot coming from South Africa, even different parts of South Africa. So when you go to Stellenbosch, I know some of you have been to South Africa, to the wineries. So you can taste Merlot from Western Cape, and then go to Stellenbosch, and it tastes different. It's not just because of what the winemaker is doing with the grapes after. It also depends on the soil and everything. That influences the grape, and will influence the taste of the wine at the end of it. It's all a natural thing. So you can't play games with wine. If your grape isn't right, it won't make great wine. So the great wine doesn't start with the winemaker in its hands. It starts with the viticulturists and what they do, and the soil and everything.
So we say that old wine tastes best. How does that play out?
Is that a myth?
Is that true, actually?
No, it's not. It's not a myth. It's also because it's... let me give you an example. When you make soup, so I'll use our locals. When you make light soup or in Katimkwan, groundnut soup or palm nut soup, immediately it tastes nice, but taste it the next day.
Because
Ato likes his light soup, 2 days after with the kanzo.
There you go. Why is that?
Wow. I think what happens is that it settles well.
Thank you.
And that's it.
That's it. That's what it is. So when you allow it to age and mature, depending on how well it's kept and everything, the longer you're leaving it, of course it's going to get everything, all the characteristics. Also, it depends on what you age it in. So you've got the barrels on the ends, and these are barrels that were used to age wine. And these are oak barrels. There's Slovenian oak, there's French oak. And the type of wood will also have an influence on the taste of it. It's like the olden days when you'd go to the village and our grandmothers, they had those clay coolers.
Yes.
And they'll fill it with water. The taste was different from getting water. So it's the same thing. So when you're aging the wine and it's getting older, it's picking all these flavors as well. Okay, and that will come through when you open the bottle. But when you're drinking old wine, we'll get to that, where you have to let it decant, let it kind of wake up. It's like Sleeping Beauty that's waking
up.
up.
It's like a genie in a bottle.
It's a genie in a bottle. And my goodness, if you get one of those vintage wines, you hold it like that. Some are more expensive than a Ferrari. Oh, yes. Oh yes.
On that, some are more expensive than Ferrari note. Let's take a breather. When we come back, we'll be doing some tasting.
Welcome back to the Upside Down Show right here on CCTV channel 360, on DSTV and channel 180 on GoTV. We're still here with the amazing Koko, and it's time to taste the wines. Yes, Koko, so what do we have here?
Well, we have loads of wines, but we're going to taste some whites. We'll do some rosé as well, and then we'll move on to some sweet stuff, and then we'll end up with a red as well. So what we're going to do, I'll start with a basic wine that Ghanaians know. When you say Chardonnay, every Ghanaian mentions Chardonnay. Whether they like it or not, that's the name they know. So that's what they go to. So we've chilled it, and they say ladies first. Since we're tasting, I'm not pouring a whole one to you.
Is there a specific way I have to hold it?
Best way to hold it, yes. Because this is served cold. So if you hold the ball part, you're transferring warmth to the glass. So the wine is going to get warm very quickly. So that's why you have the stem.
Oh, you are a whole institution.
Well,
so all whites are supposed to be served cold?
Yes. Yes, really. So white wine is not aged as you would the red wine. It's fruity and everything, and it comes alive when it's served chilled. Yes. And there are different temperatures for serving white wine. You must always look on the bottle. So now that you've poured it, normally you look at the color as well. So that gives it away, because if you know Chardonnays, usually it's a light straw color, straw yellow color, but light. So if it starts changing color, you know that, okay, what do I have here? The other thing that we did when we popped the corks open, we also smelled it. So you smell the fruitiness and the freshness of it. If that's not coming through, you know there's a problem with the wine. So that's what we also do with waiters and waitresses, to tell them that, listen, you have to smell it. But then most people, when the waiters are trying to smell it, why are you smelling my cork? But they're trying to see whether they're serving you the right thing. So once you've looked at it, then the next bit
is to smell it.
Yes. So when it's white wine, because it's chilled and it hasn't been aged for as much time as a red, you don't twirl. So I see people trying to twirl white wine, but you don't need to wake it up. You just have to put your nose in. And once you're doing that, apart from, so here's where the connoisseurs or wine specialists come in. They're trying to tell themselves, okay, what notes are they smelling? Is it citrus? Is it pear notes? Is it apple notes? What I say to us is, we don't have the kind of pear they're talking about. We don't even grow apples here. So I say to the vineyards, listen, we don't care much about whether it has apple notes or whatever. We want to
taste it.
Taste it.
good.
But you see, something is happening here. When you're smelling it, your mouth is salivating already. So there's saliva in your mouth ready for you to taste. And that's really important. So your mouth is not so dry. By the way, have you been drinking some water already, or you haven't?
Yeah, I have.
You have. Have you drunk water?
Well,
because you
not
need
so much.
to rinse your palate
Okay.
before you drink.
Okay.
So a little bit of water helps.
I think I'll just do that with Firma.
Yes.
Since Firma is doing it, I'll just join her.
Yes.
Wait, let's have some water.
Because if you wake up or if
that
you
enough?
haven't,
Do I need
that's
more?
fine. Yes.
Okay.
Just a little to rinse. If you had too much saliva or if you've been chewing gum, it's just going to change it. And then
We go. Yeah. You can take, that's nice.
I can't tell you what you taste. So you have to tell me what you taste in that. Chardonnay is supposed to be light, crisp. It's not high acidity. It's very well balanced. But where are you tasting it? Is it too sharp? Is it just okay on your tongue? And you can be as
okay.
candid.
I think it's just
perfect.
It's just okay. I'm not. My jaws are not like biting or anything.
Yeah,
it's just,
no
it's just,
sour taste.
It's just okay. Yeah.
And the alcohol?
I'm not feeling it just yet.
Right. Are you feeling some warmth here?
Nope.
What has
Not
he
at all.
been drinking? Maybe he drinks a lot of hard liquor. We don't have a spumantiera, which is what you will pour the
Pour it.
rest in. So don't worry, you can just pour it into here.
Okay.
Don't say we're wasting it, because this happens all the time when you're tasting wine. So that's a Chardonnay from Italy. It's from Friuli, near the coast. So that's what you just tasted. Now this is also a Chardonnay.
Okay.
And this is coming from South Africa.
Okay.
From an estate. So there you go.
Okay, thank you.
That's it.
I can
Thank
tell
you.
the difference in the color.
Yeah,
actually.
the color.
There you go.
Guys, we're just having a wonderful time, having a great experience right here with Koko.
There you go.
Why I know they be cheers.
Okay.
Smells way different.
So what about the color?
Yeah, I was saying that this looks a little saturated as compared to the one we tasted
Right.
the first time.
Right. And I'll tell you why. Because during the aging process, whereas this is just aged in the vats, so stainless steel vats, this is aged in oak barrels.
Okay.
So the color is picking up the wood color
As well.
already. So that's why it's a little bit darkened and more golden than the first one. So all of that will change. And if you're aging it in wood, it's going to be a bit more expensive than if you're aging it in stainless steel. So when people say that, oh, but I bought Chardonnay at this price, yes, you did, but what type of Chardonnay is it? Where is it coming from? What work have they done in the process of making the wine? So all of that adds to the cost of it as well.
Yeah.
You know.
And I must say this smell is stronger than
Exactly.
The previous one.
Because
Because
it's
of the-
picked. Yes.
nice.
So this is your table every day, kind of like lunchtime. I'm having a salad. I'm having all of that.
Yeah.
This is what you drink when it's so hot and you just want something that will quench your thirst. This is fine. When in the evening, sundown, and you want to relax, it's
Like
after
upside down
work,
time.
upside down time. This is it. You know, give me this and my. So with the rosés, we're going to start with the basic one from Bordeaux.
Okay.
There you go.
I'm loving this, you know.
Oh, there's yours.
You're having so much fun.
But of course, that's why we are here.
Thank
It's upside down. Makes bag of fun.
So Bordeaux reds are usually a blend of Merlot and Cabernet grapes. Yes. So this rosé is a blend of the two as well.
So you see a peachy golden color.
Yeah.
Exactly. This is a very light rosé. So some people say to me, oh, but it doesn't look rosé, it's not dark enough. It doesn't have to be that, because it depends on what the winemaker is trying to do.
True.
Okay. The darker it gets, you're going more into a red.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
because rosé is not a mixture of white wine and red wine, as people say. No, it's made with red grapes.
Okay.
What they do is, it's like making tea. The longer you leave the tea bag in the water, it gets darker. So the longer you leave the skin of the grape with the juice, it gets darker. So red wine is because the skin is left with the juice for a much longer time. So then you're getting the color from that.
Yeah.
With rosé, it depends on how long you want to leave it.
Yeah.
So you can tell, look at the color of this,
Yeah.
and then look at the color of this one,
So the difference.
much darker. And then look at the color of this one, which is very, very
very
light.
light.
Okay,
Nice.
Yeah.
so that also influences it. Let's taste it.
Sure. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Yeah.
I think I have a bias for just rosés. That's really it.
So it
You
bites
love
a
rosés.
little bit.
A little bit. That's
Yeah.
right. Because in Provence, south of France, during the summer, and don't forget that French food, tartare, like the raw fish, things
Yeah.
like that, raw meat, all those things.
Difficult to take.
Yes. So you need something with a bit of bite to cut it. So if you're having cheese and all those things, this is quite good because it cuts. So if you're having
Yeah.
a sushi,
And whatnot,
all of
yeah.
that,
Yeah.
this is a really good one to have with it. So let's do another one.
Okay. But can you mix the wine up? Can you like take a bit of white and then red and rosé? Is it done?
Look at the look at. Let me just take the Koko off.
Okay.
That's
Oh,
also-
it's still on.
Yeah, correct.
Right. So this is Zunzula, which is coming from Puglia.
Okay.
That's the southern part in Italy. And the name Zunzula sounds so African, but they told me that's the name given to the different shades of pink when the sun is going down. So that's the name that they've used for this.
Can we move
That's
on to
right.
the next barrel?
We can. We didn't even try that one, but that's okay.
Maybe we'll have it after the show.
We'll have it after
Off
the
the
show. There'll be more to do, right?
Yes, yes, let's go.
Okay. And more dancing, but I won't film that one. Okay. So
Right,
here we're going to move on to some sweet wine because we talked about sweet wines
Yeah.
before, and we'll do that before we go to the reds because we'll spend more time on the reds. We brought two. So this is a sweet red. This is also a sweet red. Normally, sweet reds are served chilled.
Okay.
So you wouldn't serve it at room temperature. You would serve it chilled. So let's start with this one, which is a screw cup.
Okay. I think Firma will have to do a lot of the tasting.
Oh, so you're not into
so-
the...
You're making me feel bad. It's
No,
not like I'm complaining.
There
Thank
you go. Don't worry, we'll save the bottles for you as well.
Ah, you're a lifesaver.
There you go. There you go.
I know I could always
Hey,
go to you.
sisterhood. We have to look after each other.
Absolutely. We've got some go code.
Exactly. Exactly.
So-
So cheers. I'm going to let you... I'm sitting this one out. I want you to taste it. So I'm not influencing you. You can tell
I am.
immediately.
And I can really taste the grapes, you know.
There you go.
I can.
There you
really,
go.
really taste the grape in it. Very fruity.
It's very fruity,
Yeah.
very refreshing, and very fresh, very young as well. Okay.
So you can take my word for it. It's
I
beautiful.
have to take it away from her. Are you sure you want me to throw the rest of it away?
I'm not sure.
Oh, I can see that. I can see that.
All right. What
Then
else are we going to have here?
we're going to taste another sweet red, which is a
beautiful
Malvasia.
bottle.
This bottle is so sexy.
Yeah, very.
It is. It is so sexy. Malvasia is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
You know, this is one of the wines I started drinking myself. Yes. Because I had a sweet tooth, I needed to have it once in a while, and I started with this one.
Okay.
And they actually make it in this bottle. They bottle it in this one for Ghana. Because I
Wow.
said yes.
Why?
So if you-
Exclusively?
exclusively.
Wow.
So
Interesting.
wherever you go in the world and you look for Malvasia di Cazzozio, you won't find this
Okay.
bottle.
Wow.
Wow, that's
Because
impressive.
I said to them, you know, this is the one that a man has to wow a woman with. Because Ghanaian men, you get so naughty. So when you want to impress and you come home, instead of the flowers, oh honey, here's a bottle for you, and she sees that she's looking at dear. But then with this wine, you're going to win.
I think you bring this, I'm impressed. Trust me, I've been really impressed.
It's a good tip. It's a good tip for us to know.
So tell me what you think.
Emma's going to love it. I think she's got a sweet tooth.
Okay,
as well.
so this is a bit harsh. You know, that didn't have that.
Okay.
And it's also sweet, but it feels a bit stronger than the previous one. Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
So this is very young, whereas this is a bit more mature.
Okay.
So this would be for your Coca-Cola person who's switching to wine. Who's converted.
Yeah.
So they will start here.
Okay.
But then as your palate is developing, then you would want something else, so you go to that. So it's not the same thing all the time.
No.
And then we all have degrees of what we want to really have.
Yeah. So when I get out there, how do I know?
And it's a different grape, by the way. So it's not the same grape that you're tasting.
How do I know which one is mature, which one is younger and all? What do I look out for?
If you read the back of it, what you have to look at is the vintage. So the year that is on there would normally be at the back or the front. That would tell you. So the year you see on there is the year that the grapes were harvested. So that will tell you how long it's been before the wine's been bottled and given to you. So the older the vintage, then the more mature it will be. Yes.
So that's for mature people like us.
There you go. Cheers. There you go. There you go. Okay, so now that you've tasted that, can you rinse your palate again? Because we're going to move on to some reds.
Let me rinse for future's sake.
So you're still on upside down, you know, don't worry, we've not left you hanging. I mean, this is Koko Djaba, and we are being schooled on wine. So we've done some white, we've done rosé, and we are doing some red as well, and all the varieties that you need to know. And so we are going to move to the big table and also see what is there. Koko.
Shall we
One
ladies
thing
up
I
to
would
you?
like to mention as well, as we're going back to your seats, your sofas, is the different glasses we use.
That's true.
So
I just wanted us to finish tasting,
and then you would ask that question.
Yes, I've seen all kinds of glasses here. So what is used for what? So let's just finish the tasting.
And then we'll go to that.
Now that we're on the tasting and the boozing road.
So do you mind if I go down on my knee?
Excellent. It's upside down.
Excellent. Good. So should I turn upside down while I'm serving?
Whichever way you can pour it is best.
So this is just a basic one. People have this myth that if it's a screw cup, it's not good. No, that's not the reason why. It's a screw cup because if you're having a banquet and all of that, you don't want to stand there with a corkscrew trying to open every single bottle. And some of the corks will break inside. Also, after a large party, there may be tables that didn't drink the wine. To take it back home, how are you going to do that with a cork? So it's much easier with a screw cup. So this myth that, if it's a screw cup, sorry, do you mind passing that to me? Thank you. If it's a screw cup, it's cheap wine, it's not really good wine. That's not it.
In fact, we don't know anything.
It's practical.
So this is when you swell, right?
Yes. So when you do that, first of all, you're opening it up. So the oxygen goes in, and it's like waking up Sleeping Beauty. Then when you look closely at your glass, because I can see the arches that it's forming. So when it forms those uniform arches, it tells you whether the wine has been properly aged, the balance, everything in there. You can tell from that, yes. So these are things that we look at.
My mind never has gone to something like that.
We look at those things. So when you're doing the technical aspect, those things are important. We're looking at the color as well. So we can tell, looking at this, it's slightly darker. So if you know what Cabernet Sauvignon, the grape is like, you can tell by looking at it, is it blood red? So when they're describing and they write intense red, ruby red, purpley red, and all those things, this is when you look to see whether what they said is actually what it is. Before you dip your nose in and smell it. So when they're telling you it has plum notes, it has all of those cherry, raspberry, spicy notes. But please, when they say spice with wine, they're not talking about chili.
They also got pepper.
Peppery notes, it's not our pepper.
Yeah.
So people start thinking it's our peppers. That's not what they're saying.
And it also smells a bit woody.
Exactly. It smells woody because it's aged in the barrel. So when you smell, you have that woody smell, then you know it was aged in the barrel.
But this smells good.
Right.
No, you know, so just tasting wine is a whole process.
It is.
Wow.
In fact, enjoying wine is a process. And
you have to understand the wine, you know, to enjoy it better.
Exactly.
So at this point, I think we should do cheers.
Yeah, we should.
A proper wine. It's been awesome.
Cheers. Well, this is the experience you guys can have right here on the Upside Down Show. We've been with Koko, and trust me, she's going to come back. And next time, we're going to go into the types of glasses and actually try and pair the food together. Just have a wonderful time. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself like Freeman did.
Well, I have. And so the next time you see me out there doing all too known, yes, Koko Djaba is my teacher. This has been an Upside Down. Catch you again next time. Have a great one.
Cheers.
Cheers.